Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to show you how to make a wonderful water well out of one of my favorite supplies and a recyclable that you can use both in your studio or on the go if you like plein air painting. The temperature today has finally reached 70 degrees and it's been a long, cold winter. But now everything's starting to turn green and people are going to be getting outside and creating artwork from nature and everything that's sprouting up around us. And tomorrow, well, it'll be today. I'm going to try to get this video out tomorrow. And if you're watching this right now, I'm most likely actually meeting the person that I'm making this for. I'm going to be meeting up with a fellow YouTuber and she's bringing something for me. And I thought, you know what? I really want to make something for her that I know that she will use because one, I know she loves plein air painting. And two, I know she loves frugal projects. So without further ado, I'm going to bring it down to the desk. All right. So this here is like my go bag. Sometimes I will just grab this if we're taking off and I want to bring some art supplies with me, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing. And of course I have one of my favorites that you know is my paint pucks. Now I also know that this other artist loves her paint puck and like me, she got hers as a gift and she got, one of these kind. Mine is filthy. Please excuse the mess. But I thought, how cool would it be if I could make one of these that I have for her? And you know what? I think she will really enjoy it. So we will find out. I will have to update you guys. But here is mine. You see, there's a one in there. Now I'm going to show you what I do. So in my go bag, you guys can't see. In my go bag, of course, I have sketchbook, some clips to keep it open. Here is one of my little travel palettes. There's a Daniel Smith one. This has more watercolor paints in it. I love watercolor. A pencil. There's some eraser shields. You guys have seen me use those. And in this little, just an old bottle from prescription that I just cleaned out, had let dry. In here, there's this is a piece of magic eraser. I have some swabs. There's actually a piece of a wax. Say I was outside at the lake and I just wanted to get some little highlights for water reflections, what have you. I can quickly just throw some wax resist on my paper. And of course I have a kneaded eraser in there. So if I do a quick sketch, I can lighten that before I go in and watercolor. I also have a drawing gum pen. And in case I want to put down any masking, I have a pickup to take it off. A little spritz bottle. There's a lot of stuff that fits in this bag. Washi tape. There's a container I keep some salt in. I do have a water brush there. There's also, I have one like this here is a new one that I've got. And this one, which is by Kuretake. I'll link to all these things in the description below. But this brush, you just pull that out and fill it up. The brush is inside, you pop it in this way. And this little container will hold water and I can fill that and add water on the go. So this would allow me to bring more fresh water. But sometimes I will also take my favorite brush, right? Silver Black Velvet. Well, if I take one of these with me, I always put a plastic sleeve on it. And then I can pop that in my bag and I don't have to worry about my brush getting damaged. This isn't going to slide on further. It doesn't come off super easy, but I can easily put it back on. And when my brush is wet, I can really easily slide that over. And then I just pop it back in my bag and I can go. So I'm going to put this stuff in here really quick and show you how I am going to make, and of course I'm just recycling, again, a bag that I got when I got my kit from Brush and Pencil. Yeah, so there's my go bag. And in this bag, everything fits nicely. And I just take this bottle, which we are going to make one of these today. And I'm going to show you a couple versions of this. So, if you've seen Core water bottles, one of the things that, this happened to come to me by accident, which all the great things, right? So, Core bottles come in different sizes. This great big size, which is the 30 ounce, which I usually drink multiple of these a day. And a lot of times I would refill these bottles. Now here in Maine, we have bottle deposits, which means you pay 5 cents for every bottle you get. And the goal is that you will turn those bottles back in to get your nickel back. And then they keep them out of landfills. Or, you know, there's less, they can be recycled properly. How's that? So with these, a lot of times, like, I will just refill them. Now, one of the things about Core and their cap is that, you know, you can share. So it's like a cup, right? I can pour the water in here. I can share. Or it's just for me. But anyhow, this bottle, I had asked, like, I had this idea. When I got my mini paint pucks in, I was like, oh, you know what? This would be perfect to take water with me. I could just fill this with my distilled water. Or, you know, if you're using tap, if it's not something that you're precious about and you're just using water straight from the tap, I could fill this. I could use the cap to hold my water. And then I thought, well, wait, I'm clumsy. I'm going to spill the bottle. Water's going to go everywhere. So, of course, I gave this to Lou and I was like, hey, this looks like it could separate. Can you separate these? And he got to looking at it. He goes, yeah. So he started, because normally this fits down tight. I'm not doing it because then I wouldn't be able to get it off for you without extra help. But now that it has come off, you can actually wiggle these up and they will pop off. And this is actually one of mine that I use, but they will pop off. Now this cap can stay on. So I can have this full of my clean water. My cap's on tight. It's not going to leak and go anywhere. And then my cup here, I can use to clean my brushes. Now, I will say one thing. This one here, because these are both brand new paint pucks. Inside their lid, you see the recycle logo. Now, it would have been perfect if they put the recycle logo on the outside, because then this would have stuck, it would have stayed, and it would have been great because it's a suction cup. However, they put the recycle here, and that's enough so that you can't get a solid suction. But my plan is, and I'm going to let her decide how she wants to do hers. I could either put a little dab of silicone and press that down, and it's going to hold it there. And, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. I could also then remove it. I think the silicone would peel off of here. I don't think it would bond with the paint puck. I could do this over and over. I could also maybe hot glue it and just stick it there. If I was worried about, you know, I wanted to make sure it stays. If I'm not precious about it, you know, it's fine. So here's the thing. I'm going to take this. Now, these paint pucks are the tiny ones, the minis. In water, they will not expand. You guys have seen mine, and this comes with 5 in a package. So you guys have seen mine in my little well. I have a green one in here, and I've used this many times. You can tell it's filthy right now, but it doesn't expand if it's just water. Now, if you put this same puck into, say, mineral spirits or a turpentine, it will grow from the size it is here, which is about an inch or so. It will grow to 2 1/4 inches. So it's going to more than double its size. But if you're just using it with water, you don't have to worry. It's not going to expand. So using it in a little thing like this, I don't have to worry about it growing on me. So knowing that she loves her paint puck, and I know that she loves to, say, go out in her kayak on the lake, especially that'll be starting back up soon as probably the water's warm up enough. I thought this would be a great idea to do for her. So this is the small cap. This is the small bottle. They go, so you see here, that's all the way on. It's tight. It's snug against that. I can wiggle this and take, as I try to do that for you, I can take this cap back off. It's not loosening here, and I don't risk spilling anything. But once you combine the paint puck, it's much easier to take off. Let me show you. Going to grab this one right here, and you see that there's one in there. This is what I'm actually going to make for her. So I take that off. I got a brand new paint puck in there. Here's a small little cup. They go together nicely, and it fits. The puck's not going to get lost. This cap isn't coming. Chances that I'm going to pop that off of there. It stays pretty snug, so I can keep those together. It doesn't damage my puck, and I don't lose my cap. Having the cap on the inside, I don't lose the water I put in it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove this label. But I also wanted to show you guys one thing, because I think, and I know that these are readily available. She's in my area. If she wants one larger, she could certainly make the larger version. So I'm going to peel this label off, because obviously I'm not going to turn this in. I'm not going to get my nickel back. I'm using this to make something else. Yeah, see, it's like your deposit. So all these states, it's worth 5 cents. Or if you're in Oregon, you're going to pay 10 for every bottle. And you need to have this on if you want to go get your deposit back. But we're not doing that. We are going to turn this into a wonderful, in the field, plein air water well. This could also be great. Sorry if that was a lot of noise. Okay. I'm just going to remove that out of the way. So this could also be great if you, just for in your studio. I don't have a source of water in my studio. I have to go all the way downstairs if I want water, or over to the other part of the house upstairs. And this way here, like if I fill one of these, I can, refill and dump this, if I want to clean it, into a larger well. But we're going to talk about clean water and dirty water in this cup. This is, I don't want to say it's a great idea. It was my own idea, but I loved the idea. I'm going to use, we've seen these recently on the channel, and I thought, you know what? Thinking about how I did this one with, and there's water in here, so I don't want to tip it too much, with my paint water, and knowing that these, any surface, I thought I would just put paint water on here, which also would signify to anybody else that sees her bottle, this is not drinking water. Because I know sometimes too, especially if she's working with colors and she wants to boost her granulation, she'll salt her water. So she could even make this with salted water and then have that. So yes. Let me show you. And I'm actually going to take these are brand new, and I'm going to possibly make another one of these for another friend. But this here, I'm going to grab my green one, okay? Because this is my lid. Now, this is one of the larger. So just so you can see the difference. If you get the large bottle, it comes with a larger cup. If you get the small bottle, it comes with a smaller cup, because they fit the bottle, and you can see how it's much wider versus this one. Now, I will say, I can show you this way. There you go. See the difference in the cup size? So you may have to change this a little less frequently, but this is certainly compact. And my goal here is compact, because I know that she I know she has one of these. I know she has a portable painter. I know that she likes little travel palettes, and I think that this little bottle is something that really much easier to fit in a bag. You saw my bag from the that I've recycled from brush and pencil. And I think this will fit a lot nicer. So I'm just going to do that. And again, it's readily available. If she would prefer the larger one after she gets this and then sees the video, there you go. Get the larger bottle and watch this. Maybe, and I realized this by accident because I was sitting here and I have one of these every day. I drink a power, not sponsored by any of these beverage companies, but this bottle, I have one, like I said, I have one of these every day and I have to because they help me prevent muscle cramping due to medications that I have to take. Well, you see the lid? I happened to be sitting here and I was working with one of these and I had the lid off. And then I went to take a drink and I set it down and I looked and I said, oh, wait a minute. These are the same size lids. And so you see that? They are the same size lid. This bottle will hold 20 ounces, whereas this bottle holds 16. And this bottle has the smaller cap. Well, let's look at these two in comparison. This is definitely more compact, which is why I'm still going with this choice. But this one here, and let me remove this label too. For today's purposes, I'm not going to worry about that. So you see the difference in size there. Just slightly wider, not really taking up a whole lot more as far as the height. So all in all, these might be interchangeably a good choice. But look at this. If I didn't want this giant bottle, you see how much bigger that is. If I didn't want to take the giant bottle, I could take its lid. It fits perfectly over this size bottle. Fits perfectly. So I could use one of these with one of these sports drink bottles because the lids are the same size. I could take my puck, have it in there, and now I would have a larger well. So if you get these kind of bottles in your area and this is something that you think is a good idea, let me know in the comments below. Are you going to make one? Do you like to do plein air painting? What are your thoughts? Let me show you one more step of how I like to use this. So again, I'm just going to wipe this off on the napkin here. There was a little bit of water in the bottom of that. All right. So taking my paint puck, there we go. I hope she loves this idea because I know she loves some frugal ideas. If I put this in here, and now I need some water, and as I'm looking to see, do I actually have a container that has water in it? I don't know, but I have this one. We'll just use the water from here. If I pour my water in here, these cups, if you can see, there's this part that the lid that goes over the lid, but then there's also this chamber out here. And I thought with watercolor, how perfect is that? Because watch this. I can pour water in the center and then I can pour water in the outside as long as I don't go over that lip. Now I put my bag with my little palette on the floor. Okay, so if I take my palette, and I'm just going to use some of the old paint here, right? I can get my brush wet. Now on the outside, there are ridges too, which also you could use to clean your brush off. So even if you didn't have a paint puck, I'm using a paint puck because I know she loves them. But if you didn't have a paint puck, I could put my clean water on the inside. I could put my dirty water on the outside, and my brush could go over these ridges you see there, and that would help clean the paint out of my brush. But for the sake of this, okay, I'm just going to use the inside for my dirty water because I can brush over my paint puck. And again, I will secure this. Will it stay stuck with there's water in there? That's the question. there. So I can use that to clean my brush, and it does. I just pressed it down and it stayed. Well, I'm loosening it back up. Silicone, wonderful thing. Or I could glue it. You know, either way, and I'm going to let her decide what she wants to do. But I can clean that tip off. I can come in here if I've got my paint. Get all this paint up on the brush. Okay, so my paint brush is dirty. I come in, clean that brush out in the center on my paint puck. Right? Now, if I want clean water, I can just dip in the outside well and then come back. Here's some clean water. Here's my dirty water. Clean water. And they're separate. And I can use this in the field. Now, if my water gets too dirty, I can just take that and I can dump it. I could bring a separate container if I don't want to dump it on the ground and I want to, you know, bring that home and dispose of it differently. I could always bring an empty container and pour it in there. I know it's going to fit because I only have this much water. So that much water in the other container, dirty, take home, same amount of space. So that was my idea. I don't know what you guys think of that, but hopefully she loves it because I know this is something that, you know, maybe she'll get some really good use of. And yeah, I'd love to see that. So there's the small one. And now I'm like, oh, should I make the small one or should I make the large one? Or should I make one of each and let her choose? Decisions. Perhaps. I'm just going to take this off. And I'm going to dump this now into my well there. There we go. And I believe I had another large water bottle so I can get a clean lid that has not had anything in it. So give me 1 second and I'm going to take care of that. And we will create these bottles and then see which one we like better. Which one will she choose? I don't know. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll bring, because the bottles are so close in size, perhaps I will bring one of each and let her choose. So I'm going to tell you what, right now, we'll have you guys vote. Which do you think she's going to like better? The larger cap with this type of bottle or the smaller cap with this type of bottle? I'm going to create the paint water on both of them. And you guys keep voting in the comments because when I come back from meeting with her, I'm going to be sure to drop in and let you know. And who knows, I'll let her know what I'm doing or what I've done. Maybe she'll drop in and tell you which one she chose and what she thought of this. So hold on one moment. I am going to grab the other supplies that are cleaned and ready to go, and we will get creating. Okay, so I do have another one. So I'm just going to pop the lid off of that. There we go. And I have my cleaned sport bottle and my compact. Okay, here we go. So again, you see the difference in size. So here's the paint puck that I'm going to take. You see the two different sizes. Which one will she choose? More compact? Larger cup space? I don't know. Bottles are pretty much, this does hold 4 ounces more. You can see there the difference in size. It's only slightly less compact. The height-wise, they are the same. Pretty much exactly the same. So, all right. I'm just going to create the little paint water design here. And I didn't even shake this first. So we're just going to use our Yono marker. You only need one if you guys have seen me use these recently. And since plastic was one of the things that you can use it on, I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. And then what I might do after the fact, just to make sure that it stays sealed and doesn't like scratch off because it is plastic. It is beautiful outside today. I might take this outside and hit it with a little bit of the crystal clear to make sure that's sealed and stays in there, because this bikrylon also says that you can use it on wood, metal, plastic is the third thing right there. So that tells me, yes, why not go for it? Okay. So we are just going to put on here that it is paint water. Because we don't want anybody drinking it by accident. Although in this bottle, it would be clean water. But like I said, I know that she likes to use salt sometimes in her water. And again, I have not, just shaking it real quick. I'm going for like a nice little teal, a teal blue. I'm just going to blend them right on here. And perhaps I'll come right back in with the blue. Just want to make sure it's nice and bold and will show up well. That's forming a nice teal color. I love it. You see, it doesn't really matter which order I'm using these in. I'm getting about the same color result. You guys can see that. I'll hold it up for you in a second. I'll hold it up a little closer. There we go. Now I'll go down the water. I just hope she finds it useful. Have you guys figured out who I'm talking about yet? If you follow her and you've been reading comments, we've been having a little bit of conversation back and forth over a few of her recent videos. And we have talked, outside of that as well. And I have to go to the city tomorrow, which doesn't happen often. And it's funny because we both know exactly what it's like having to travel to the city to get what you need. Anyways, but we're going to get the chance to meet up tomorrow, which I'm really excited to be able to do. And she was bringing something for me, and I also wanted to bring something for her, just as a thank you gift for what she was doing. And hopefully this is something that, is unique. In fact, let's talk about gifts. You may have even heard her talking about gift giving in a recent video. So the fact that I can identify with everything she was saying, and then for me to actually have come up with something that I think, might be a neat gift based on things that she has shared that she likes to do. I was excited. So anyhow, all right, now I'm going to do maybe some water drops here, because I kind of wrote it a little bit higher because I want to put like the little drops coming this way. So we're just gonna fill those in. Just kind of repeating the same design that I put on my paint water well that we did that was glass. There you go, paint water. And I'm also going to make these teal. Just kind of blend it right in there. And when I do the other one, I'll just speed it along. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. So I'll just speed that one up. And then show them to you guys, and you can tell me which one do you think she's going to choose? Which one would you choose? So there's paint water. I was like, we'll see how this dries. Does it look matte? It won't once I spray it. But I'm going to come back in too with, I've got the black and the white, and I think I'm just going to do a little bit of a couple little highlights on there. It's still blending right on What do you guys think? I'm just going to clean that because I've got just cleaning that tip off. You can actually take these tips out, wash them in water, and put them right back into the marker. I don't even have to wait for them to dry. And I can just put them right back in. So, there's that. So we have paint water. And now I'm just going to label this one paint water also. Set that there. And I think I'm going to do it in the banding. Yes. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed this up while I do that for the second one. And I will come back and we will wrap this up. Have you guessed who it is? I'll tell you in a minute. That's going to be too small. I want it to really be visible like this is. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down here. I knew I was risking it all, holding these without their caps on. A little bit of paint on this other bottle. Just going to clean that off. Okay, letting that dry. We'll get back to it. No, of course I'm not going to cap them. I just keep risking it. I probably made that W way too big to keep the words nice and even. Whoa, did you see that? I just like, whoop, and that green. Oh, that green just flooded everywhere on there. I think, if I'm careful. Yeah, I wasn't careful. All right. And if you look here, it's actually making marks on the plastic. So curious. This plastic is having, this one didn't, but this one is definitely creating marks around where the paint's going. I don't know, as it dries, they seem to be fading. So I don't know, that's weird. I'm sure I have more than enough green to get through this now in this pen. And I just wrote on the bottom of the bottle again. You get it really quick, it doesn't stay, and it's easy to clean off. So now, as you can see, the white tip is very dirty. So I'm just going to clean that off. Okay, so there we have it. It's hard to see them because of the reflection, I know. How about that? So there's the one. Paint water. And this is going to have the little top. Now I'm going to set this in here. And I'm going to place it on here. I'm going to take this outside though. I'm going to spray this area. What I'll probably do is tape off the rest of the bottle. So I don't need to necessarily spray the whole bottle, but just the area where that is. Same with this one. I'm going to let it completely dry. I'm going to tape off that area, right? And there you can see this one. So I went a little bit more like what I did on my water container here. Paint water. I might add a little bit more highlight. This just kind of blended in a little bit, but I'll let it dry. Although I do like it when it mixes and it becomes the teal, but it's fine. It's fine. There's our water drops. Just get a couple. All right, you guys, you know I said it's fine. If it's bugging me, I have to. There we go. I really like that drop. I think that drop's my favorite. It's whatever. It's fine. I am sure either way, she will love them. Or at the very least, pretend to. Oh, but I would love it. I would love to take one of these, and I do. I take one of these with me, and it's really easy when you are on the go. And there you have it. So there's one. And I will show you, because we have yet to spray anything with this, even in the video that I did before with these markers. So I am going to spray these real quick. I will come back with them nice and dry and sealed and show you. I will reveal who I'm talking about. If you haven't already guessed, I hope the comments are going below. And you can tell me, which one do you think she's going to pick? This one with the bigger cup, and I'll put the paint puck in here, or this one, the more compact with the compact cup. And either way, we will see. I'm going to definitely let you know. I will get a picture before, and then I'm going to come back in the comments and tell you which one was picked, and we'll see who's right. But either way, she can take the paint puck in either one. And I'm not gluing. If this was mine, I would glue this. I would just have glue, put a little dab of silicone right here and push that down, let that cure, and then that's not going to come out. I can still clean this and everything would be fine. But just the fact that I'd have that little tiny little travel paint puck to be able to take with me, I love having the paint puck. So, and I hope she does too, because I know she loves the one in her studio. All right, one moment. I am going to, through the magic of the YouTube, run outside, set these, get that dry, and I'll be right back to show you the final result. Real quick, just so you guys can see what I did, I just took some paper towel and taped it off so that I just have this part exposed. And I'm just going to spray that with the Krylon. I will do this one the exact same way. And okay, so they are all dry. And you see, I left it downstairs, but I already showed you the Krylon. And you can see here, well, there's a little bit of an edge from where I had it taped off. You can see a little bit of like ripple. It's not 100% cured, but it almost makes it look like I have a sticker on it now. I like it. It's all set. Now this is protected. This will all cure. You know, by the time she has it in her hands, it will be cured. And so there is that small one. And here is the, so 16 ounces, 20 ounces. And there's our sport bottle that has all the dimples. That was fun putting that in there. And again, just a little bit. I went with the seam of the bottle here. And this looks like that might be a little bit from the masking. Maybe that's, I don't know. But it's fine. This one came out a little bit more clear. I just did the one good coat on this side. And you see how much shinier that looks? I was really a lot more pleased versus this side. You see how it's got a little bit of texture to it almost? That was 2 coats. And I think that the one good coat is probably going to be fine. And it came out much nicer. as far as the overall finish. So that is the two of them. This one will have the larger cup. This one, the smaller. Paint puck is inside. So I'm just going to put this on here. Lock that in. You see what I mean? Like it's on there. That's not going to come off. You're not losing that. And, I'm going to leave this up to her because I don't know which one she's going to pick yet. So I don't want to put a little dot of silicone in there and then press that down to stay, or hot glue or whatever. And then her picks want the larger cup size. So I'm going to leave this up to her when I see her tomorrow. But there you go. So that was just with the Yono acrylic paint markers to do our little paint water. And again, you don't have to do that. This is just water. So inside here is going to be clean water. You could drink that. It wouldn't hurt you. Unless, of course, you pour dirty water into one. In which case, not that I think you would drink it, but we all, careful, don't drink the paint water. So the mini paint pucks, these will not get larger when placed in just regular water. They will, however, grow, like I showed you, if you put them in mineral solvents like odorless mineral spirits or turpentine. So something to keep in mind. But if you want a nice little paint puck, it is perfect for this. There you have it. And that is my frugal craft for none other than the frugal crafter herself, Lindsay Wyrick. I will be meeting up with her tomorrow, if you hadn't already guessed that by now. And she is another fellow Maine artist and YouTuber. And I get the pleasure of meeting up with her tomorrow. And I wanted to bring her something special. We're swapping a couple supplies. And I just wanted to bring her something special that I thought she might be able to use. So that is my recycled project with just a core water bottle, or the top of a larger core water bottle if you want the larger cup, with a sport bottle. Two things that you can easily get your hands on, or might even already have at home. So let me know in the comments below, what did you think of that? I will pop on in the comments later and let you know which one did you pick. Or who knows, maybe she'll pop in and tell you herself. But I'm going to put another video that you might like to watch right here. Thanks for joining me. Keep creating, my friends. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.